Hey guys, I just want to talk to you today about setting the record straight on where you should focus your efforts when you're pursuing your women out there. I'm obviously talking mostly to men today. I think I do believe in general it's our job as men to do the initial pursuing and approach women when we want to, we see fit. I think that's just it's part of the way it's set up to operate. Can agree with that or not, but anyways, I'm walking out of a dance club right now. I had a fantastic time tonight, and such a liberating experience to be able to go into something like this tonight. And I just went because I like the music. I just like to listen to this kind of music, and that's why I went to this club tonight. I'm out in the city, close to where I live at. And I had a fantastic time, and it was all that I was out to do tonight was to just enjoy myself and enjoy the music, and wasn't at all about meeting anybody. It was just about the experience of it all, and that's more or less what I want to convey to you guys today. I hope I'm reaching a younger generation of males out there, and I wish that I could convey this message to 18-year-old Mike, because God, I would have saved a lot of time, a lot of money, and probably would have had better results for years, decades even, of my life before it really sank in and this all made sense to me. But what I want to tell you guys is, as I said, I want to set this record straight on where you should be meeting girls and where your most fruitful or productive situations are gonna occur for you. So without further delay, number one, the bar and the club is not the place. The bar and the club is where you take women after you've met them. You want to take them out, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, right? That is not the place where you should be focusing your efforts to try to meet women. I'm not saying you can't meet women at a club. Of course you can, but shy of a woman coming up and putting herself right in your radar, or damn near grabbing your private parts. I wouldn't put any stock, if not little amounts of stock, in trying to meet somebody at a bar or a club, especially a club, dance club. It's just not the right place for that, for a multitude of reasons, which I could talk a whole nother hour about that. And bar, more or less, I would say to the same extent. And that the plain and simple reason behind that is that most girls are going out on the weekend nights, in a bar and a club, just to enjoy themselves and their friends, and that's how they roll. They're not out necessarily they're not out with the intent of meeting people. And there's always this guarded nature, of course, and you try to approach women in these settings. But so number one, we've talked about the bar and the club. So to recap, that's where you take your girls once you've already met them to have a good time, progress things, right? Number two, the online dating sphere, that's not the place either. That's the place where you play the lottery. That's the place where, when you're bored, literally when you're taking a crap and you want to kill a few minutes, you swipe through a few profiles, right? You go there for that. That's what the online realm is for. Okay? Now, the biggest place that my regret in my life that I wish I would have focused on earlier on, or had this realization, this is why I'm talking to you and why I'm trying to tell you this right now, is the biggest place, or the most productive, let's say, realm in which you're going to meet your girls and have fruitful, productive, forward advancing, like for the most part, more so certainly than when you meet in a club or a bar, is going to be daylight hours in an everyday setting, in a non-threatening environment, let's say. So we're talking about the grocery store, we're talking about the movie theater, we're talking about Target, Walmart, walking down the street, hanging out in the park, going for a run, going for an ice cream, going out for anything during daylight hours. That is where you're going to make your productivity happen. That's where you're going to make magic happen. That's where you should be focusing your time and your efforts on. Not going out and spending your time and your money in the evening scene at the bars and the clubs. Okay? Let me say it again. I mean, that's where you take people once you've kind of already like won the game. The game is won during daylight hours. The game is won in everyday settings. People who have balls approach women under these pretenses. And that's what's going to set you apart. That's the thing. And that right there, that trait, that is pivotal. That is what's going to like derive the success that you're all dreaming and salivating about. Okay? That right there communicates so much to a person when you're willing to just throw it all out there and approach in an average everyday daylight hours setting like a fucking man. That wins the game. That's what sets you apart. And I've had so many women tell me this, and like I guarantee if you open up this conversation to any man out there, I guarantee he's going to agree with me on this, that the reaction that you get from women in this present day and age right now, this is July 2022. Every single time that I've approached a woman in a daylight hours setting, just walking up, striking up a conversation, being bold, grabbing my nuts and going in, every single time they're like so taken aback. They're like, oh my God, guys do not do this anymore. No men do this stuff anymore. Nobody has the balls to do this because they're all hiding behind an online dating profile. They're all like trying to be out in a bar and a club, and they've got liquid courage and they're coursing through their veins. They've got no spine. They've got no balls to do something bold like this. And it really sets you apart. It really stands out as unique and powerful. And it makes you seem like a man of value, of course, right? When you're able to do something like this, when you're able to master this, when you're able to really embrace this and really harness this power. And don't get me wrong, this is like not easy to learn to do. It takes time, it takes work, it takes practice. It takes, honestly, fucking it up a lot of times, which I have. But if you can just wrap your mind around this one, wrap your head around this one, get a little bit of proficiency, let's say, at it, it's going to open up a whole world to you that you never would have dreamed existed. Like, you know, the power and the ability to go up and talk to like any woman, anytime, in any setting, when you desire it, when you see somebody in a real world everyday setting, and you just want to go up and talk to them, like, it's amazing. It is the most amazing thing in the world. I almost like can't even put it into words. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to elaborate on this more. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in detail as this channel unfolds and develops. But I want, as I said it before, I wish I could like go back and tell this to 18-year-old Mike, because if I really understood this and embraced this and got good at this stuff when I was younger, my dating life would have been a lot different. It would have been like, who knows where I'd be right now, but I'll tell you what, like I would have had a lot more success than what took me like literally 2 decades to figure out the hard way, let's say. So, all right, guys, hope you're having a great day today. Talk again real soon.